All right. I'm here to tell you of what I learned or what I saw when I went to museum of like the Northwestern culture and what I really learned. It's like, you know, this when I saw those things, it took me back home. Oh, okay, this is what is happening back home. Things I didn't really know, and so yeah, these are the sort of things I want to show you. So this is one of them. I really saw that was I thought that it was really cool. So I mean, let me really do more research on this and yeah. So like this is mostly was a wedding gown in South Africa. So like that was in back in the day when they're going for wedding when they do wedding. This is what they wear for the bride and the groom. So I just thought that was pretty cool. So I said, oh, let me just research on this and yes, I mean it was unique. Where I'm from Ghana, but I never saw this and I said okay, and it's called a wedding assemblies for the bride. And it's written in language I can't even say, so I just have to say this one, and and from how it's made, it looks really nice. It really cool. So I just say I'm going to show it, so you guys see how this is made and everything. So yeah, so it was really cool and everything. So yeah, I mean it was in from the 1950s. It was made with cotton, wool, palm waves, cotton bilbin, local tape, cotton and rayon braided tapes and wool. The rayon braided tapes and wool and acrylic tassels, grass burrs, made of pale bottoms, thread, wood, rubber, brass, leather, metal, mirror, and seeds of bone of ivory. It's like they were like looking at the whole thing. It was made a lot. They used a lot in making this thing. So that means it shows how special it is. And I love it. It's nice. This shows how tradition, how they are, and how they value their tradition when it comes to wedding. So yes, I just said okay, and like even though of how it looks like, it's kind of weight. It looks weird and everything, but it was pretty much cool. I said okay, so yeah, so it's kind of like it's kind of reflective, shining. It's associated with alignment, purity, and access to the what ancestral realm. It's like kind of like show that to the ancestral realm. It's a tradition they've been doing. So it's ancestral realm. So flourish among young women to like just young men like to use it all the time. So I was just okay. So young and the bride and bro so that to use for the wedding. Each item's wedding assembles was lovely made, meaningful, notable for their creative reuse of material. So they still reuse it. It's like they use it all the time. So yeah, it's like here you buy stuff, so they use it all the time. So you say, oh, that's pretty cool. So I guess you see it, and so yeah. So so that's this first one I researched and I said, no, this is really cool for a wedding when it was from more of South Africa. That's what they used to do a wedding and stuff. So yeah. The second one was what? The palm wine. This is for the what? The palm wine, container for the palm wine. I mean, people don't know palm wine, this is mostly pots they used in palm wine back in the day, or even still people still use it for palm wine. So I just saying that it was really cool. It was in the mid 20th century. Blackton, but it was like yeah, it was from Cameroon. This is from Cameroon, as I said it earlier. It was from Cameroon, through words of Cameroon and spread what a considerable amount of time making containers for serving and drinking palm wine. It's like for serving and drinking palm wine. So yeah, for serving and drinking palm wine, the sharing, the fosters communion with ancestors. Like so. I mean, they pray to the ancestors, tell them, oh, this is the palm wine, this is our palm wine, this is what we are bringing to you. They pray to them, to the gods for blessings, try the whole year and stuff like so. Yeah, I mean, so and just to like to regulate to society for like ritual. It is a ritual. These containers celebrate from the establishment indicates age status. The prominent wrap around the lip and the applied bottom of abstract human figures around the shoulder indicate that the vessel is from the important, that is, common center of where is produced. produced by the woman, you know. So it was mostly produced by women. And as like from what I was just trying to see what it's trying to say, like it was mostly produced by women, and you know. So yeah, so this has been there for generations and generations and generations for a long time. So I just want to let you know, like this how it looks like. You know, it's really cool. Outside the museum, I said let me just take it and do more research and see talk about it. You know, so yeah, so that is pretty much it. So and one of the one I like most is the mask. You know, this is the mask. Yeah, this is the mask. You know, during sometimes festivals. You know, like this is like for mostly in Cote d'Ivoire. This is mask in Cote d'Ivoire. Yeah, you know, it was in the mid 20th century. It was the mid 20th century. Eight guild associations such as Pro Service, many imported factions, interpreting with the spiritual forces, honoring the assistance, educating young people, and regularly community policies. At funerals, made prono members wearing community mask and begging costumes. Yes, I mean this is more like mask wear, you know, during festivals, doing like you know watching like going to see the girls, talking to the girls, you know, telling them, oh, that okay, this is what we like, and it's, I mean, for what they want for themselves and stuff. So yeah, it was more like for it is from it also prevents them from supernatural danger, you know. So for permanent features of the mask includes the eyes, the large mouth features, you know. See the eyes right here? See the eyes, the large mouth, you know, those are the features, you know. The teeth of a crocodile. That's the teeth of a crocodile. So you can see right here, the teeth of a crocodile. The shadow of the logistic, I mean, of the shoulder acting horns. You know, these are the horns and stuff like that. So yeah, that's mostly well. This is for Cote d'Ivoire. So I don't really know much about the tradition, but I thought it was really cool. So I really just want to talk about this and say, okay, this was really cool and stuff like that. So yeah, and I also want to talk about the ancestral screen shrine. This is like, you know, more of a god, you know. This is God. This was early in the 20th century. This was, you know, you know, most people in Africa try to worship these gods for protection, for, you know, for food, for rain and stuff. So this is like one of them, I think so, which was from Nigeria in the early 20th century wood, you know. So yeah, so it was shows, I mean, that is their god, people use it as their god and stuff. Even these days they still do it. So I was like, oh okay, this is their god and they do that. So yeah, so I mean, just praying for the god for protection and all that. So of the hell, you know, I mean, I don't know why people do that, but I think, you know, these are, you know, these two things are the gods of worship, you know. These are the two things that go to worship and stuff. So I was thinking, okay, this is pretty cool and everything. So yeah, and that kind of relates to the whole thing. Is like, you know, so we do more research of this, which was mostly my country. You know, that was what the man's wear is called a kente. It's called kente, you know, and kente is something to wear for, you know, mostly festivals, and it's well known. Like it's well known in Ghana, and I was just okay. This is kente, so I said, oh, this is beautiful, you know. It is like it's not mostly here, but like, you know, it's well known for traditions, for festivals. So it's an artwork, you know. This is something people take their time to weave it one by one. Like you don't sew it, you like, you know, that is own special machine that you should sew in it. So I just thought it's pretty cool, you know. So yeah, it's called a kente. It's mostly in the Ashanti region of Ghana. You can Google it, kente, in the mostly in the Ashanti region of Ghana. So yeah, so I mean, I just think it was pretty cool, and yeah, I just want to add it to my research and everything. So yeah, and I just want to talk about this. This is mostly in the northern part of Ghana from Upper East. It's called the Braga Mosque. Yeah, this is an artwork. You know, it's kind of pretty cool. You know, it was in the it's in the Upper East of Ghana, and I was just, oh, okay, it's pretty cool. So, and this is a kind of mosque. When you go inside, it expands. But it looks little, but when you enter inside the mosque, it really expands. And yes, I just thought it's pretty cool. The note most people don't know about it. I said, okay, let me just let people know that what is going on about this mosque. And yes, it's called the Baga Mosque. It's pretty cool. See, there are some stakes around it, and it just made so special. And it's been there for years. It's been there for a very long time, you know. So I just say, yeah, you can research more about it, and yeah, and we're gonna like it. So yeah, thank you for your time.